Well, we have been talking about this a little bit. There's an area to watch in the tropics, but it's going to have, or is it going to have an impact on us?
That's the big question. Meteorologist Rachel Dunsing is here now with the latest. Rachel.
Yeah, well, honestly, it's a little too early to say about its potential impacts, and I'll explain that here in just a moment. But all things considered, with this big tropical wave, we haven't seen a lot of change. So odds for development are still 60% within the next week, but it's not expected to develop into anything within the next 2 days. But development is still possible. There are just a few factors going into that. So first of all, let's compare potential tracks. We're going to start with the American model, or the GFS, and that one takes it more of a southern track, a little bit farther south, and then eventually turning into the Gulf of Mexico and then toward the west coast of Florida. And you can actually see that track highlighted in green. But we want to compare this to the European model, and this is actually the latest information from the European model is a big shift from what it was showing early in the day. Now it actually has it moving sort of over the Greater Antilles before also turning into the Gulf of Mexico, close to where the American model has it. But the Euro has it eventually moving back out into the Atlantic next week, while the GFS does not. So again, you can see the paths are much more similar than they were even earlier today, but there have been major differences at times. So why is that? Well, one main reason, we don't know exactly where the system will form. So right now, the tropical wave itself is very large, but where the actual center of a tropical low pressure develops makes a big difference. Now, because of that uncertainty, models can't decide exactly where to take the system because, again, it can't agree on where the center will be or where it will go. It really does make that much of a difference. Also, timing is important. Development isn't expected until at earliest this weekend, but if it gets too much land interaction while trying to form, that could be a challenge for the tropical system, again, to form. Alrighty, so tropical weather can be tricky. These are just a few of the things we're going to have to monitor in the coming days, but once that center starts to form, we're going to have a much better idea of what to expect.